Start.
Thank you.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Superintendent's report. I am going to start with, I received a letter today, and I'd just like to thank Mary Ann Malloy for her 22 years of service to the district. She has sent me a letter that she is going to retire November 30th. So I just wanted to wish her the best in retirement and thank her for the years of service to the Boundbrook School District and the Boundbrook community. I also like to make sure everybody knows that I've been working with our technology department. We're having some issues with Wi-Fi access over at the annex. I believe that this evening I gave a directive early today. Tonight, our technology department was over at the annex. We're changing out access points. We ordered new Wi-Fi cards for our laptops for the teachers over there. And we are on the phone with HP today to try and figure out if we have a computer issue. We know we have, our access points were okay. We know they weren't the issue. We do have very high-end access points, so we're going back to a lower standard of access point to see if that resolves some of our access problems. And we knew that, we found out earlier on that the Wi-Fi cards in our laptops were subpar. They're not Intel Wi-Fi cards. They're a no-name brand, basically. So we ordered Intel Wi-Fi cards, which will be replacing them as soon as they come in. And in the meantime, we're also working with HP, because if that doesn't work, obviously we need to have our laptops replaced. And they are under warranty, so we are working with HP for that. Okay. So now we'll move on to Students of the Month. I have the principals online. So we are going to start with Dr. S. Dr. S, if you could unmute yourself and do your Students of the Month for Lamont Annex.
Okay, so the student for the month for preschool is Joey Lopez in Mr. Capaldo's class, and Steven Zapata in Mrs. Beers and Mrs. Bowler's class. Congratulations.
Great, wonderful. And we're going to move on to Lafayette for first and second grade, and we're going to go to Mrs. Clark.
For first grade, our student of the month is Jason Lopez Garcia, and Sadie Puga is our second grade student of the month. Congratulations.
And now we're going to go over to Smalley for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade with Mr. Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. Our third grade recipient was Zahara Zia. Our fourth grade recipient was Valerie Velasco. Our fifth grade student was Marita Rodas. And our sixth grade student was Hayden Bailey. Congratulations.
And now we're going to move on to Community Middle School for seventh and eighth grade with Mr. Staniserma.
Hello, everyone. The Community Middle School is proud to recognize as its seventh grade student of the month, Christopher Madrigal. And for our eighth grade student of the month, Sophia Alain Miranda.
Okay, and for the high school for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, that would be Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, you have to unmute yourself.
My apologies. Boundbrook High School is proud to announce their recipients of Crusader Citizens of the Month. 9th grade recipient, Mercedes Stashik. 10th grade recipient, Bryce Cobb. 11th grade recipient, Kevin Angulo Hidalgo. And 12th grade recipient, Lisbeth Hernandez. Congratulations.
And congratulations to all of our Students of the Month. Now we're going to move on to our GEM Award presentations. We're going to start with Lamont Annex, and we're going to go back to Dr. S. Okay, Dr. S, you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, just like to congratulate Mrs. Alfaro for our GEM winner of the month. She's currently our ESL teacher, is just wonderful, and thank you so much for your hard work and dedication during the summer testing all our students. Congratulations, Mrs. O'Farrell.
Okay, now we're going to go over to Lafayette and Mrs. Clark.
Lafayette's gem for the month of September is Maddie Reese. Maddie, thank you for 2 weeks of positivity. It was a great breath of fresh air, and congratulations.
Now we're going to move on over to Smalley with Mr. Edwards.
Our gem award goes to Mrs. Lisa Hanson. Could have been any one of our staff members for the hard work they've given us so far this couple of weeks. But Ms. Hanson's our school nurse and helping with the COVID forms and checking our students and staff every day is well deserving. So congratulations.
Okay, now we're going to go over to Community Middle School and Mr. Sam Sermon.
Well, everyone, the GEM Award winner for Community Middle School is Donna Bennett, our school nurse as well. It goes without saying, this year there's a lot of heightened awareness with health, and Donna has done a tremendous job ensuring the safety of all of our students and all of our staff. This is my 7th year of working with Ms. Bennett, and I'm proud to say she is our GEM Award for this month. Thank you.
And we're going to go over to the high school with Mr. Smith.
Hello again. Our Going the Extra Mile, our GEM Award, is being awarded to Ms. Ashley Nemirowski. She is also our school nurse. Ms. Nemirowski has done a tremendous job keeping us in the loop and keeping us updated in terms of requirements and expectations of the CDC, the Department of Health, and she has truly done a remarkable job. So I don't think we would have had such a smooth opening without the assistance of Ms. Nemirowski. So thank you. It's an award that she's well deserved.
And I think that goes for all of our school nurses. I think they've all done a wonderful job in helping, making sure that we've had a smooth opening. So not only congratulations to all of our GEM Award recipients this month, but all of our school nurses. And for the district, we have Mr. Matt Gould. He's gone above and beyond this summer, helping us out with the food bank and doing some donation work for us this summer. So we want to thank Mr. Matt Gould. With that, we'll move on to committee reports. We did have a governance committee meeting, and I think Mrs. Morris wants to give that report.
Yeah, sure. So we met for governance and went over district childcare, which is going well, and with Middle Earth, and talked about some mental health issues and resources for staff. And then we discussed school choice. And in looking at the numbers and the benefits, the money that comes in from it, the benefits of the students that have come from other districts, we want to wait a little bit longer before we start that program. As our enrollment rises, it might become a necessity, but right now we're okay, and we would like to keep it going for as long as we can, as long as the numbers allow for it. And we also talked about football game on Friday, and that you have to buy tickets using Venmo. So if you want to buy a ticket, you have to have your Venmo account.
All right. That's the only committee meeting we had to discuss at this point in time. So we are open to the public for agenda items only. Please come up to the microphone and state your name and address. We do have 3 comments online.
It's me probably, right? Patricia O'Reilly, 745 Schoolhouse Lane. So I guess you could just, delete the ones that I posted online.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about, I wasn't sure if you guys would be in the executive before, so I want to, be on the safe side. So, the first one I think I wrote was about about November 3rd. What was the reason for was it going to be a virtual day?
Yes, it is going to be a virtual day.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes, the governor closed all schools in the state of New Jersey for election day and told them we had to go virtual.
Okay. That's what I thought. And, and then, Can you just remind me of what I posted this time?
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay, thank you.
First one was about the virtual day on November 3rd. The second one was, I
Oh,
looked for the parent resources district curriculum part of the Boundbrook
Yeah.
district website. Cannot find the curriculum for the
Yeah, so-
sexual assault LGBTQ curriculum.
yeah, so and then I posted another one that I actually was able to find the curriculum on Sunday. So I was, looking at the curriculum and, just, wondering if there's any chance if they're allowed to opt out, any parents can opt out of, the courses? Is that allowed?
As of right now, they're state mandated, so I did not see any opt-out provisions from the state.
Okay, and then the second question was, so I saw the two websites, CDC and the textbook. And, I was just wondering if there's gonna be any other reading materials. Or are those the only two reading materials that the kids will be looking at?
I believe that's it, whatever's in the curriculum, unless there's some supplemental materials that the teacher would like to use.
Okay. Is there any way, if like a parent is kind of leery about this, that the teacher can let the parent know, like, I'll be doing this topic on this day? Would that be allowed?
I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, this is a state mandated curriculum, and this is something that's being mandated by the state and something that we must cover.
Okay, I was just hope that, because some people do have religious, things that, has to do with, termination of pregnancy, same sex and all that, that's going to be, presented there. So, for those parents that have those, issues or that background, I just implore that you have the teacher, confer with the parent, that I'll be covering a certain topic on a certain day. There's no way that the child can opt out. That's the only thing that I would like the teacher to do. And just because I looked at the curriculum for the English, where they have required readings or summer readings, and my kids never wanted to look at the do the LGBT part of it, so it didn't really come up. But I thought that I like to know what my kids are reading, so I let them, they tell me what they're reading, and I actually looked at the reading that was under the LGBT and actually read one book, which really conflicts with how I want to raise my kids. So that's why I wanted to have the teacher, let the parent know, what they're be presenting in that class. That's all.
Any other comments? Seeing none, we're moving on to approval of minutes, 5.1, the minutes for September 14th, 2020. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Martinez, second.
Second.
Second, Mrs. Morris. Discussion.
I need to abstain. Me too.
So Ms. Martinez needs to abstain, so does Mrs. Stevens. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, can I get a roll call vote?
Mr. Autry?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Boone?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Dewan?
Yes.
Mr. Valley?
Yes.
Moving on to personnel resolutions. Resolved, the superintendent of school recommends for approval the resolutions as outlined in personnel resolutions under district and high school 6.2 through 6.9. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Morris, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Bone. Mr. Bone. Discussion.
Just would like to say I'm happy to see the extracurricular stuff going through and getting started
Yes,
for all of our students.
just a quick side note, just so everybody knows, my weekend report is gonna include a lengthy proposal from the drama club of how they're going to do a virtual drama production. So I'm gonna get that to you. I want you to review that for me, and then let me know if we're gonna move forward with a virtual drama production for this upcoming year, okay? So if you could do that for me, I greatly appreciate it.
Where can we view the curriculum on the sexual assault and LGBTQ stuff?
Yeah, if you go to our main website and go to curriculum, it'll take you out to Atlas, and then Atlas, you'll be able to see all of our curriculums there.
Where's curriculum?
Parent resources
Under parent resources,
and then district curriculum.
Search it. Okay.
any other comments on personnel resolutions?
Yeah, for 6.5, so the curriculum is still being written? Like it's still in the process of getting out, or is it split?
No, that's it.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
So I guess I'll wait till we get to that actually.
Any other comments?
Well, with that curriculum, that was heavily influenced by what the state is asking,
It is.
right? Like that's,
Completely.
they're basically saying, and you're adding just little tweaks.
Right, and what Deb Paulson did was basically take the state guidelines and curriculum and enter them into Atlas.
So could you let us know how it's being folded in, like at what grade levels? Is it every grade? I mean,
So it actually starts, I believe, in,
Third.
well, there's mention of just books and resources in third, but I believe in fifth is when it actually starts. Tony's on to
Yeah.
give more information.
Tony, you want to add in on this?
Sure. I'm looking over my notes. The question was, when does it begin and what grade?
Correct.
Okay,
When we looked it over,
and two levels of the high school, I believe grades 9 and 11.
or the actual lessons.
Or the actual lessons?
The actual lessons, I think what's happening, is not, it's gonna be pushed in through teacher professional development, for all grades. So it's gonna go, to the teachers, and then the teachers are gonna, put it into, their classroom. Does that answer the question?
No. It doesn't. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a brief out to the board. I will have it out for this weekend for you.
It's infused in grades 5 through 12 through literature resources that are
Right.
available in the classrooms. The actual lessons begin, like the actual health lessons would be in high school.
In high school, and it's grades 9 and 11.
Teachers will have professional development on the curriculum, however, not be directly speaking to the curriculum. It says if there is a question, but they'll know where the resources are and what to refer to in the younger grades.
All right, so where it says like on the page, it says like week 1 and then it says 40 weeks. So this is kind of just like the framework, but different lessons would be
Correct.
throughout the year.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions on personnel? Okay, Mike, roll call.
Autry? Yes on all. I would like to hold off on 6.5 until I like some more info on that. So no 6.5.
Or,
I'll abstain on it.
If you're giving us more information, can we table it or no?
This one's.
Like,
Well, this is for payment,
This
this
is
is for
payment.
payment,
Payment.
this is for the rating, I think we have to pay her.
Oh, okay, so this is for payment, but for the
If you
curriculum.
go back into,
Right.
Okay,
when we did it in ed committee, all of the notes and everything are there as well as the PowerPoint presentation that, we put together to explain.
Yeah.
So it's all in the ed committee, the last ed committee meeting that we had.
Right, so if you go into, and all the board members have access to the ed committee report in all the files, so if you have any questions, you can look there right now while you're on.
Oh, so this is just for payment for work that's
This
been
is
done?
for payment of
Payment.
the curriculum, putting the curriculum into Atlas.
This
Yeah,
was the
change it to
September
yes.
meeting early.
Yes,
September.
if you go to the library.
Part E is where we.
Ed committee.
All right, we're in the middle of a vote, Mike,
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Palm?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Mrs. Zamaro?
Yes.
Mr. Valerie?
Yes. Personnel resolutions, middle and elementary. Resolved, superintendent recommends for approval the resolutions as outlined in personnel resolutions under middle and elementary schools, 7.2 through 7.6. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Bone. Second.
Second,
Second, Mrs. Stevens. Questions, comments?
on 7.2, the employee we're hiring has a different last name in the, just the resume, and then the person we're hiring, Teresa. I don't know if
Yes.
it's just like she got married, if it was a typo.
She got married.
Okay.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Autry?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes,
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Zamaro?
Yes.
Mr. Valerie?
Abstain.
Education resolutions, district and high school. Resolved, the Bangor Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in the education resolutions of the district and high school, 8.2 through 8.4. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Stevens, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Badalaire. Discussion.
Will we be getting more info on our curriculum?
yeah, so if you go to the, ed committee, from September 14th, we put together a PowerPoint in
Go to the
there to
library.
explain it, kind of what we're doing. So basically for grades 9 through 12, we're working with an organization called High Tops. They'll be doing staff professional development, administrative professional development, and actually our first PD session is scheduled for Columbus Day. They'll be meeting with students in grades 9 to 12 in PE or health classes, and we will also have a parent night. Classroom lessons in grades 5 through 12 are outlined there as well. It's basically just to review the New Jersey mandate. As I said, we purchased a series of just books that are appropriate for different age levels that'll be available in classroom libraries. And then there's lessons and plannings. We'll have speakers come in, to address certain areas of the curriculum. It goes on to identify what High Tops will be doing with us. We will also be using for the sexual assault curriculum, I have my notes on that. Give me 1 second, I'll pull that up. We'll be working with Zufall. They're going to be doing a media literacy program with us on sexual assault services that are available. And I can send you the email from them. But again, basically it's 7 to 9 sessions in health classes over a marking period. 9th grade health classes would have them during their second quarter. 12th grade would have them during their third quarter. So basically it's more geared towards the high school health classes, but with resources being presented and available for the younger grades. We have all the links to just different subject areas and curriculum resources that are available in those subject areas.
Thank you.
And then in the lower grade, someone had asked about how low it would go, 5th and 6th, talking about marriage equity, basically would be more what the state is mandating, it to be addressed at that level. And the anti-defamation law. That's it in a nutshell. A lot of it, there really isn't a lot of creativity on our end. It's more what we have to cover and how we can cover it. Did that help?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I can send you more, just, correspondence that we've had going back and forth, but that's really the basics of the policy.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Mike, roll call vote.
Autry?
Yes on all, no on 8.3.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Bone?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Vallet?
Yes.
Education resolutions, middle and elementary. Resolved, the Falmouth Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in education resolutions under middle and elementary schools. It's 9.2. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Morris, second.
Second.
Second, Ms. Martinez. Questions, comments?
Yeah, I noticed this one's plural, parental requests. How many do we have in the lower grades?
It might be the same family, but 2 students. Because I don't remember 2 separate requests. I think it was 1 request and it might be for 2
It
students.
is, it's for 2 students, 1 family.
Yeah. Any other comments or questions? Mike, roll call vote.
Mr. Autry?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Bone?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Vallet?
Abstain.
Special services resolutions. Resolved, the Falmouth Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in special services resolutions 10.2 and 10.3. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Morris, second, Mrs. Martinez. Discussion. Seeing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Autry?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Bone?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Vallet?
Just abstaining from 10.2, but yes to 10.3.
Finance resolutions. Resolved, the Falmouth Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in financial resolutions 11.2 through 11.6. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Stevens, second.
Second.
Second, Mrs. Russamano. Discussion.
I got to abstain from check 36736 and 36751.
Could you just share with us a little bit more about 11.6? What that is? For the homeless.
Sure, the McKinney-Vento Act is for our homeless students. So we work with the Bergen County Special Services School District because they regionalize who you work with for homeless. So we receive, it's a lot less than we have in the past, but we receive approximately $250 to $280 per homeless student that we're allowed to put towards the cost of counseling or tutoring services for those students. So it just helps to supplement that. So we have to sign into an agreement with them that we're going to follow the guidelines of identifying who these students are and then providing the services to them. And what we do is at the end of each, it's the half year, so it's in January and then we'll do it again in May. we basically send them a list of how many homeless students we have, what services we provided for those students, notes on academic performance, and then they reimburse us the cost of, it's, it'd be 125 at the beginning of the year, and 125 per student at the end.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, Mike, roll call vote.
Daughtry,
Yes.
DeBall,
Yes.
DeBall,
Yes.
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Mrs. Lotto,
Yes.
and Mr. Bell.
Yes.
Other matters to come before the board and new business.
Do we have any update as far as the trip for the 8th graders that got canceled? Are they gonna get refunded or? anyone that was doing?
I believe they got refunded, but hold on one
I'm
second.
not sure that they did.
I know for South Member, they got screwed up, they didn't get refunded.
Mr. Samuel, did the 8th graders last year get refunded, or were we still planning to include them in the trip for this upcoming year?
All right, so, they, regardless of whether or not anyone had trip insurance for the 8th grade Washington DC trip, the tour company decided to, go ahead and issue refunds minus the $50 deposit, for processing fees as in accordance with their contract. They actually, part of their contract is to, includes pandemic and not refunds, so they were gracious with that. What we did was, we issued refunds to everybody, who requested a refund, but also all of the fundraising money we put into an account for this year for the students in their grade level. So that's traveling with them to 9th grade, and we had it documented who raised what during fundraising. So if we do move forward with the trip, we'll be able to apply that.
Yeah, they were refunded.
Okay. The student I'm particularly thinking of is like going to Motec, so that's why I was.
Yeah, if they were supposed to get a refund and didn't get it, they should probably reach out to the middle school.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other old business, new business?
Who
Other matters?
supervises the use of the football field during the weeknights when it's not a high school sport? Because the lights are on pretty much 7 days a week.
Right.
And there's people riding bikes and stuff on the field and.
On the field?
On the field. I've seen them personally, so I don't know who's in charge of.
Well, I have a
making
paid,
sure that doesn't
I
happen.
have a paid custodian there who should be making sure things like that does
Yeah,
not
'cause
happen.
I've seen them the last couple of years riding bikes on the track, on the field. That's, a reason
I
why.
will take care of that first thing tomorrow morning.
So,
Explains why my field gets ripped up all the time.
well, that in sports,
Okay. But we have a custodian that, Monday through Friday is there from 1:15 to 9:15. And he is responsible to lock the entire facility up at 9:15 when he leaves.
And who does it on the weekends? We have a custodian there on the weekends?
We do not, rec uses it on the weekends, and that's part of our shared services agreement. So, we don't have anybody for the weekends.
I just wanted to say thank you again to all the teachers and the administration. My daughter is one of the ones that goes in person, and it really means a lot to her to be there 5 days a week. And sports coming back, and she gets to play this week. It's really, I think we're doing the best that we can, and I thank you all for all the hard work.
Yeah, so far it's been, pretty successful, that's for sure.
Another question on the tickets for the football games. I saw that you can prepay for the tickets, as there will probably be a limited number at the door.
There is nothing at the door.
So you can't walk up and pay on Venmo at the door
Well,
or at the gate?
well, there's only 500, there's a limit of only 500.
Right.
So that's the NJSAA limit is 500. So And there's no cash exchanges, so you're not allowed to exchange cash. So we set up the Vimo account, so, you know, you can pre-buy your tickets or pay, but when you come to the gate, you're gonna have to show that you're.
So you can't, say you sell 300 tickets leading up to 5 o'clock Friday night. You can't walk up without a ticket and say, I'm gonna buy 2 here, the request just went.
You'd have to do it out on the street, buy the 2 and come up to the gate with your paid 2 tickets.
And where is the link for this found to buy them?
It was on the agenda.
It's on the agenda, it'll be posted on the website
Oh.
shortly.
All right,
Is that the state mandate that you can't have any cash transactions?
That's from the NJSIA, yes.
And are we
Probably
mandating
Dunkin'
masks?
Donuts in here.
What was that?
Are we, making masks mandatory for?
For spectators?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that an NJSIA policy?
yes. Anything else? Okay, we're open to the public for anything you'd like to discuss. Please state your name, your address when you come to the podium.
Hi, Patricia O'Reilly, again, 745 Schoolhouse Lane. So I know I posted stuff online. Could you just go through that, please? I like this give and take, so I'm glad I have this opportunity.
When in October will the half in-person schedule be reconsidered?
So when will that be reconsidered? I know you said in October it will be reconsidered the half day. So I was just wondering if you have a date,
I do not have a date.
but it's still gonna be in October.
When
Might
the-
go
when
a
the-
full day?
When the board tells me to reconsider it, that's when I'll reconsider it.
Oh, so it's not in October anymore? You're gonna reconsider it?
When the board tells me to reconsider it, I'll reconsider it.
Okay, so we don't know, because the board hasn't told you.
We haven't changed our plan, so.
Tells me to reconsider it, I'll reconsider it.
Because I thought you said it was gonna be reconsidered in October. But this is
It will be.
changed now.
It'll be October. The board will.
Yeah.
Make it happen in October.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. All right, so what's the second other question I put on there? I know I did more than one.
Your second question was, can the board meetings now allow 25% capacity during their meetings to allow the principals to attend?
Right.
No. We are still required to only have 25 people here until such time that the Department of Education tells me otherwise.
So only 8 people of the full board is here, correct? Only 8 members of the.
A total of 25 people in this venue until the Department of Education tells me otherwise.
Okay. And is there another one? I heard that, I forget if I did more than 2.
Your third question was, has there been a determination regarding whether or not there will be a drama production this year?
And you mentioned that you're going to do a virtual.
Said that there's a proposal going to the board for a virtual drama production.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
Hello, Lauren Paxton, President of the Association. I have a few questions. I'd like to start off with, what is the rationale for the board to create a new face mask dress code?
I couldn't hear you.
What was the rationale for the board to create a new face mask dress code for the teachers?
You were given an answer via email from me.
I'm asking the board. It's my understanding the board creates dress code. They approve dress code. So why did the board create a new face mask dress code for the teachers?
Okay. This is a time for the public to state their concerns.
Mhm.
This is not a question and answer. You can state your concern and then move on.
Okay. What meeting did the board change the face mask policy?
Again, this is not a question and answer. State your concern and move on.
So how should I, or how can I get those answers?
I gave you those answers via email.
You did not give me, I didn't ask you those questions, so how did you give them to me?
I I gave you the rationale for why this was changed.
No, you did not give me the rationale.
I did.
You most certainly did not.
Well, then you can ask your questions to me.
You didn't respond to my last question on Friday, so what would be the difference now?
You didn't send me a question.
I did send you a question on Friday, and you did not respond to it.
No, you did not.
I most certainly did, and I can show it to you, I can show it to the whole board.
Go ahead. Show it to the whole board.
Oh, I will, when I get there, I'll send it to them.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will.
Please.
I will. Is this new dress code just for the teachers or the students as well?
Again, that's a question.
Okay. It's clear these are the types of things that lower the morale in this district. Just when we thought we were working well, it feels like we were, I don't even know the correct words. It just goes against the whole restorative process. The restorative practices that we were taught. Their code word is to do with, not to. But here we are. 3 weeks into the school year, we just worked well, and now we have a new dress code for the face mask. There's no rationale given. I know what the other districts are telling their teachers that they can and cannot wear, but we can only wear a solid color, and we're not allowed to have logos. So this face mask that I have on right now is not allowed, but we don't know why. We weren't told that someone wore something inappropriate. We just know that we have to have a solid color and we're not allowed to wear association logo. That's all we know. The face masks have become a very personal thing. Maybe you have experienced it. Maybe you don't have the same problems that I have. I'll speak personally. I have a big face with little ears. Not every face mask will fit me. I have to get them custom made. It takes time and it takes money. I have a couple nice design ones. I can't wear them anymore. So I have to go out, get some custom made ones, buy some and hope they fit. I can't use the one that the district gave me, unfortunately, because people said it looks like a Speedo on my face. Elementary teachers, they wear nice colorful ones to make the students feel, I guess, safer, calmer, instead of wearing an all black one or a doctor mask. They wear rainbows, unicorns, stuff like that to help make it feel a little bit friendlier in class. But now they can't do that. And we were not given a rationale why. Just told that we can't. At no point in time did anyone come to us and say, hey, we have to change the dress code for the face masks. What works for you? No point in time, there's no communication. Just a directive, and that's the word that was used in the email, a directive. I ask that the board reconsider this new face mask dress code. Let's have a conversation. Let's be real about this. And let the teachers wear what is appropriate for the grade levels. I will go on record in saying we shouldn't have political face masks, because that's pretty much what the other schools have banned. There's no harm in that. But why do we have to ban unicorns, rainbows, fish, and all the other cheerful stuff that teachers wear? Why does it have to be just solid color or the Crusader logo? There's more than that to make it a friendly, inviting atmosphere, especially in the elementary schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just for the record, I'll read you the email that went out to the staff. Dear staff, the district is trying to avoid any issues that could arise from the climate in the country and the issues that other districts are seeing. Rather than deal with issues that arise, it is better to have a clear policy in place to avoid the need for interpretation. Dress code for masks. In order to avoid issues concerning appropriateness, this memo will serve as a formal directive with response to the wearing of protective masks during the student instruction, whether remote or in person. While not explicitly addressing by the staff dress code, masks worn by the staff are subject to the same standards as set forth in the dress code. Therefore, in order to maintain a level of professionalism expected of all staff members while in the presence of students and/or with providing educational services directly or remotely, protective masks worn by staff must be a solid color or have the Boundary School District logo on them. Disposable masks that meet these requirements are also acceptable. No masks worn in the presence of students should contain any writing, graphics, pictures, or other designs. If you have any questions with respect to this directive, you should contact your building principal. So again, I did give a rationale.
That's not much of a rationale at all. Why does it have to be a solid color?
I don't see anybody else coming up for any public comments. Would the board like to adjourn? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Bone, second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Stevens, all in favor?
Aye.
Everybody have a good night.